Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to Nine Nar Trees podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book. Joy at Work, Organizing Your Professional Life by Marie Kondo brings the KonMari philosophy into the realities of modern work, from overflowing email inboxes to crowded desks and overbooked calendars. Rather than treating organization as a one-time cleanup, the book frames tidying as a decision-making practice that clarifies what matters and reduces daily friction. It invites readers to examine how physical objects, digital files, and routine commitments shape attention, mood, and performance, with a focus on identifying what supports meaningful work and letting go of what does not. The approach aims to create a calmer, more intentional professional life. The book also speaks to shared environments and teamwork, acknowledging that office norms, family dynamics, and company culture influence personal habits. By connecting tidying to energy, time, and well-being, it positions organization not as perfectionism, but as a practical route to satisfaction and sustainable productivity. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, applying the KonMari mindset to professional life. A central topic is how the KonMari method translates from home to work without becoming a rigid set of rules. The book encourages viewing the workplace as an ecosystem, where clutter is not only piles of paper, but also unfinished tasks, vague priorities, and habits that drain attention. Instead of organizing by location, the method emphasizes sorting by category and by purpose, which helps you see duplicates, outdated materials, and tools that no longer fit your current responsibilities. The guiding question is whether an item supports your work and sense of purpose, which becomes a practical filter for everything from stationery to reference binders. This mindset also reframes tidying as a sequence of small decisions that strengthen confidence and reduce decision fatigue later in the day. By making deliberate choices about what to keep close, what to archive, and what to remove, readers can build a workspace that supports focus. The broader message is that organization is not decoration or minimalism for its own sake, but a way to align the environment with the kind of professional life you want to live. Secondly, desk, supplies, and paper, building a workspace that supports focus. The book devotes attention to the physical workspace because visible disorder can create constant low-grade distraction. It addresses common office categories such as papers, books, supplies, and personal items, and it encourages readers to gather similar items together before deciding what truly needs to remain at arm's reach. Paper is treated as a special challenge in professional settings, where documents multiply through meetings, approvals, and compliance needs. The approach emphasizes reducing paper volume through clear triage, keep only what is actively needed, archive what must be retained, and discard what has served its purpose. It also highlights the value of establishing a home for every object so that returning items becomes automatic and the desk stays workable. Thoughtful storage is positioned as a support for speed, not a cosmetic project. The goal is to create a surface that is ready for work each day with tools available but not scattered. When the physical environment is simplified, it becomes easier to start tasks promptly, sustain concentration, and end the day with fewer leftovers that carry stress into the next morning. Thirdly, digital tidying, email, files, and information overload. Modern work is increasingly digital, so the book extends tidying principles to email, cloud storage, and the constant flow of notifications. It treats digital clutter as real clutter because it competes for attention and hides important information and noise. Readers are encouraged to reduce inbox anxiety by making intentional decisions about what messages represent, actions, reference, or neither. That perspective supports habits such as unsubscribing from non-essential lists, deleting outdated threads, and creating a simple system for messages that require follow-up. File organization is approached as a way to shorten search time and reduce duplicated work, with an emphasis on clear naming, consistent folder logic, and letting go of old versions that no longer matter. The book also recognizes that digital tidying is not only about storage, but about boundaries, including limiting alerts and designing moments of uninterrupted focus. By treating information as a category to curate, the method helps readers reclaim mental space. The result is a digital environment where key documents are easier to find, communication feels less reactive, and attention is guided by priorities rather than by the loudest incoming message. Fourthly, time and commitments. Organizing the invisible clutter of your schedule, beyond objects and files, the book highlights schedule overload as a major source of workplace stress. Meetings, recurring tasks, and informal obligations can accumulate until they crowd out deep work and recovery. The tidying lens encourages readers to review commitments as carefully as they would review physical items, asking which activities support their goals and which exist mainly because of habit, fear of missing out, or unclear expectations. This approach can lead to practical changes such as streamlining recurring meetings, setting clearer agendas, batching similar tasks, and creating protected blocks for focused work. It also underscores the value of finishing the day with a reset, so that unfinished tasks are captured in a trusted system rather than carried mentally. By reducing the number of open loops, readers can experience more control and less background anxiety. Importantly, the book frames time organization as an act of respect for one's energy and for colleagues, because clearer priorities often improve collaboration and responsiveness. The intended outcome is a schedule that reflects deliberate choices, leaving room for both high-value output and a healthier work-life rhythm. Lastly, tidying with others, culture, teamwork, and shared spaces. Work rarely happens in isolation, so the book addresses the social side of organizing. Shared desks, common storage, team drives, and group norms can either reinforce order or recreate clutter quickly. The method encourages leading by example rather than policing, showing how a calm, functional workspace can influence others without confrontation. It also acknowledges that different roles have different needs, so the aim is not uniformity but clarity. Shared areas should have agreed rules, and communal tools should be easy to locate and return. Communication becomes part of tidying, particularly when deciding what information should be documented, where it should live, and who owns updates. For teams, digital hygiene matters just as much as physical organization, since unclear file structures and messy handoffs waste time and create errors. The book suggests that tidying can improve morale because it reduces small daily frustrations and makes collaboration smoother. It also emphasizes respect, privacy, and practicality, especially in workplaces with limited space. When individuals and teams align on simple standards, organization stops being a personal struggle and becomes an enabling part of the work culture. In conclusion, this book is best suited for professionals who feel weighed down by clutter, constant communication, and crowded schedules, as well as managers who want a calmer, more effective team environment. It is also valuable for remote and hybrid workers whose home and work boundaries blur, making it harder to switch off mentally. The benefit is not merely a neater desk or a cleaner inbox. The deeper payoff is clearer priorities and lower friction in daily work. By encouraging readers to decide what deserves space, attention, and time, the method can reduce stress, improve focus, and make it easier to start and finish tasks with confidence. Compared with many productivity titles that emphasize hacks, tools, or aggressive optimization, this book offers a values-based framework that connects organization to meaning and satisfaction. Its strength is simplicity. It applies one consistent way of thinking across physical items, digital information, and commitments, making it easier to maintain. For readers who have tried complex systems and quit, the book is worth buying because it helps you build an environment that supports your work style and brings more steadiness and joy to the workday. If you would like to support Marie Kondo, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.